So do you also use cash-free payments as a payment gateway? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to understand how to create live webinar registrant on cash-free payment. So I conduct online webinars using LiveWebinar and I have created a payment page for the same using cash-free payments. So now here my objective is that whenever I'm going to receive a new payment, then automatically the person who has made the payment should be created as a new registrant in my LiveWebinar account. So now here to automate the entire process, I need to connect my cash-free payment page with my LiveWebinar account using an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. So to see the working of this automation and to learn this process step by step, let me take you to my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to automatically register participants in LiveWebinar whenever they make a payment through cash-free. So this integration will help you save time, eliminate manual work, and ensure attendees get instant access to your webinar. So stay with me as I walk you through the step-by-step process. Okay, so as you all know that I conduct online webinars and charge a fee for attendance using cash-free. So when someone makes a payment, I want them to be automatically registered for the webinar instead of manually adding each participant. So by automating this process, as soon as the payment is completed, the person is instantly registered on LiveWebinar. This saves me time, eliminates manual errors, and ensures that my attendees get their confirmation and webinar details instantly. It makes the process seamless and professional, helping me provide a better experience for my participants. So now here I've already built an automation where I've connected my cash-free payment page with my LiveWebinar account using an automation software. So now firstly here in this video, we are going to see the working of this amazing automation to understand the working of this automation more clearly. So here to see the working of this automation, what we are going to do is that we are going to make a test payment using this cash-free payment page. And here my objective is as soon as I'm going to make a payment over here, then automatically using the details, a new registrant should be created for this webinar in my LiveWebinar account as well. So now here we are going to make the test payment. So here you can see the data that I've already pre-filled over here with the phone number, email ID and the name. So I'm going to click on this pay securely. And then here it is asking me to select the payment method. So here for the payment method, I'm going to select the payment method as card. And then here it is asking me to enter the card details. So here is I'm going to make a test payment. That's why I'm going to use the test card details over here. So I'm going to select it over here and then I'm going to click on this proceed to pay. And then here it is asking me to enter the OTP. So here I'm going to enter the OTP. And here you can see we have successfully made a payment over here. So now let's go and check our LiveWebinar account. Here I'm going to refresh it. And here you can see we have successfully added a new attendee over here. So let's open it. And here you can see we have successfully created a new attendee with the name Smart Student and the email as smartstudent@pabblytudes.com. So with this, we have successfully seen the working of this amazing automation. Now here in this video, we are going to learn step by step that how you can create this amazing automation by simply connecting your cash-free account with your LiveWebinar account using an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software and it connects all your favorite apps and makes them work together seamlessly. You can set it up to do things automatically like updating customer info across platforms or sending notifications when something important happens. It's really easy to use and saves you tons of time that you can spend on more important stuff. So here on my screen, you can see Pabbly Connect's homepage and you can visit it by simply browsing for the URL pabbly.com/connect/ina/ in your browsers. And here you can see two options that are sign in and sign up free. If you're a new user, click on sign up free and get 300 tasks every month to explore the software. And if you're an existing user, click on sign in. Here I'm an existing user, so I'm clicking on sign in. Now after signing in, here you can see all Pabbly apps window where you can see all the applications of Pabbly. Here to integrate my applications, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. Now this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect and here to build my connection, I need to create a workflow first. So for that, here I'm going to click on this create workflow button given on the top right corner. Now here in this create workflow dialog box, I have to give a name to my workflow. So here I'm going to give the name as create live webinar registrant on cash-free payment. And now here after giving a name to my workflow, it is asking me to select the folder. So here in the left side corner of this dashboard, you can see a folder section under which you can see the multiple folders that I've created it to save my workflows accordingly. So here in this particular case, I'm going to select my folder as automations. You can select the folder as per your need. Also, you can create multiple folders to save your workflows accordingly. And now here to learn how to create a new folder inside Pabbly Connect, you have to click on this Learn More hyperlink given over here. And by clicking on this, it will take you to a forum window where you can see all the instructions to how to create a new folder inside Pabbly Connect. So now moving back to my Pabbly's dashboard, and here to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this Create button given over here. And now here in this workflow window, you can see we have successfully created a workflow. And here on my screen, you can see the two most important principles of an automation process, that are trigger and action. Where trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means action is a response towards a trigger. Your automation can have a single trigger but multiple action steps. Now let's build that automation by simply setting up a trigger. So here I'm going to select my trigger application as Cashfree, as I'm receiving new payments through Cashfree. So Cashfree is a payment gateway that helps businesses collect and send money online quickly and securely. So here in my Cashfree trigger step, I'm going to select my trigger event as payment via form, so that whenever I'm going to receive a new payment via form through my Cashfree payment page, then automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response, or you can say automatically this entire workflow is going to get triggered. And now here after selecting my trigger event, you can see I've received a webhook URL. That means here I'm going to use this webhook URL to connect my Cashfree account with Pabbly Connect. So following the instructions given below, firstly I'm going to copy this webhook URL, and here I've already logged in my Cashfree account. So this is my Cashfree account, and here before moving forward with the connection, let me tell you that this is the test account that I'm using to set up this automation. But you have to follow the same exact steps in your main account. Okay, so this is the test account. Again, I'm repeating. And from here, I'm going to click on this payment forms given in the left side bar. And from here, I'm going to select alls. And here under all of payment forms, you can see all the payment forms that I've created using Cashfree till now. So now here to set up a webhook inside our Cashfree account, what you need to do is that you need to click on this developers option given on the top right corner. And here under developers, under products, you can see the payment gateway option. And here under payment gateway, you can see we have received the option for webhooks over here. So I'm going to click on it. And here under webhooks, I'm going to select the payment as payment form over here because I want to set up the webhook for payment form. And now from here, I'm going to add a webhook endpoint. But before adding a new webhook point, I'm going to turn off the remaining webhook. And I'm going to click on this add webhook endpoint. And then here it is asking me to enter the webhook URL. So here I'm going to enter the webhook URL that I've received in my Pabbly's workflow. So this is my webhook URL. And now here I'm going to click on this test and add button given over here. So as soon as I'm going to click on this test and add button, I'm going to receive a test response on my webhook URL. That means in my Pabbly's workflow to check the connection of this webhook. So I'm going to click it over here. And here you can see the status is success. That means we have successfully received a test response in our Pabbly's workflow. So now let's go and check it. And here you can see we have successfully received a test response over here where we have received the test data over here. So that means we have successfully set up a webhook inside our Cashfree account. So moving back to our Cashfree account, and from here I'm going to click on this add button over here. And with this, we have successfully added a new webhook in our Cashfree account. That means we have successfully connected our Cashfree account with Pabbly Connect. So now here after receiving a test response, I'm going to click on this recapture webhook response from here. And now here you can see as it is waiting for webhook response. That means here to receive a webhook response, we need to do a test submission. And to do a test submission, we need to make a test payment through our Cashfree payment page. So now for that, let me take you back to my Cashfree account. I'm going to click on this payment forms, then I'm going to select all, and from here I'm going to copy the payment link of my payment page, and then I'm going to open it in a new tab. So this is my payment page, and again here I'm going to enter some dummy data and do a test submission. So here for the phone number, I'm going to enter a random phone number, and then here for the email ID, I'm going to enter the email ID as lateststudent@pabblytudes.com. Here for the name, I'm going to enter the name as latest student. And I'm going to click on this pay securely. And then I'm going to select my payment method as card over here. And then I'm going to use the test card details as this is a test payment. And then I'm going to click on this proceed to pay. And then I'm going to enter the OTP. And here you can see the payment is successful. So now let's go and check our Pabbly's workflow. And here you can see we have received a successful response where we have received the details such as the type, event time, order transaction ID, scrolling it down, order status, order ID, order amount. Here you can see the customer phone number, customer name. Here you can see the customer email ID and some other details as well. So with this, we have successfully set up our trigger over here. So once we have received a new payment through our Cashfree, then automatically I want to add that person as a new registrant in my LiveWebinar account. So for that, I need to connect my LiveWebinar account with Pabbly Connect in this action step given over here. So here I'm going to select my action application as LiveWebinar. So LiveWebinar is an online platform for hosting webinars, virtual meetings and live events. So now here in my LiveWebinar action step, I'm going to select my action event as Create Webinar Registrant, so that whenever I'm going to receive a new payment through Cashfree, then automatically the person who has made the payment is going to be added as a new registrant in my LiveWebinar account under that specific webinar. And now here to connect my LiveWebinar with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this connect. Here to build a new connection, I'm going to select add new connection. If your LiveWebinar account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. And now here to build a new connection, I'm going to click on this connect with LiveWebinar. And then here it is asking me to give access to Pabbly Connect. So here I'm going to click on this authorize and give access to Pabbly Connect as your data is secured with Pabbly. Authorization successful. So here you can see we are now successfully connected. So moving forward, and then here it is asking me to select the webinar with enabled registration. So here by clicking on this drop down menu, you can see the webinar that I've already scheduled in my LiveWebinar account. So this is the single webinar that I have created. So I'm going to select it only, scrolling a little down, and then here it is asking me for the registration form ID. So this registration form ID is automatically selected for the registration form that I've created for this particular webinar. So now I'm going to scroll a little down, and then here it is asking me to enter the registrant name and the email. So now here instead of entering the details manually, here I'm going to map the data. Mapping data means insert data from previous step. That means here I'm going to map the data from the response that I've received in my trigger step. Mapping makes a text dynamic so that whenever we are going to receive new payment through a Cashfree, then automatically this previously existing detail will be updated with the new one. So I'm going to map the name. So here I'm going to search for the name. So this is my customer name. Scrolling down, here for the email, I'm going to search for the email. So this is my customer email, scrolling a little down, and then it says send confirmation to registrant's email. So for that I'm going to select yes, and then it is asking me for the attendee name. So here I'm going to map the name again. Here for the email, I'm going to map the email again, and lastly it is asking me for the phone number. So I'm going to map the phone number. So this is the phone number, so I'm going to map it. But here after adding the phone number, I'm going to manually enter the PIN code as all my registrants are going to be from the same country. So I'm going to add the country code as it is a required value in this field over here. And now here after entering all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request given over here. And here you can see we have received a successful response. That means we have successfully created a new registrant under that particular webinar for the new payment received through a Cashfree. So now let's go and check it. Here I'm going to refresh it. And here you can see we have successfully created a new registrant with the name latest student, and here you can see the email address as lateststudent@pabblytudes.com. So with this, we have successfully set up our entire automation. Now let me summarize this whole video for you. So here we have taken our trigger as Cashfree and our action as LiveWebinar, so that whenever we are going to receive a new payment through our Cashfree payment page, then automatically the person who has made the payment is going to be created as a new registrant in our LiveWebinar account under that specific webinar. Okay, so these were the steps to how to create LiveWebinar Registrant on Cashfree payment. I hope these steps were clear to you. Now if you want to use the same workflow, then you can find the clone link in the description box below. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.
Comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.